It came out of nowhere. We didn't see it coming. It sprung out of the shadows like a creature of the night. We didn't stand a chance against it. Headphone highlights. Hello, I'm Master Marslander, and to my and probably everyone else's surprise, Meze Audio has come out of nowhere with this, the Meze 99 Midnight. This is essentially Meze's new gaming headset, gaming headphone, except that one, it's not really a gaming headphone, and two, it's not exactly entirely new, because the 99 Midnight is essentially the 99 Noir, but included with Meze's new Boom Mic. And the two combined in one package like this make for one of the most sophisticated gaming headphones that any will-to-do gamer can probably ever hope for. The best gaming headset is just a headphone, and Meze Audio is coming in here to prove this once again with the Meze 99 Midnight. The Midnight here is really just a 99 Noir. Look at that. So yes, the Midnight is essentially, as you can see, especially with the microphone not connected to it, it's a 99 Noir in almost every sense. You have the same colorway that you get with the 99 Noir with this beautiful espresso matte finish walnut wood, real walnut wood, and everything else is pretty much the same. Where the design differs is primarily on the headband, where on the top here it says 99 Midnight versus 99 Noir. Another difference is right here on the inside of the Noir, you're going to see that stamp there for mass drop, because the 99 Noir was and is a collaboration between drop.com, formerly massdrop.com, and Meze Audio. And also on this side, you're going to see an R printed there as well on the headband, versus the 99 Midnight, which does not have any print on the inside of the headband. No left or right indication at all on the headphone, but that's actually okay because the drivers are perfectly symmetrical. So it doesn't really matter how you wear the headphone. However you end up actually connecting your cables is going to determine which is going to be your left or right driver. The Meze 99 Midnight is a 40mm dynamic driver headphone, closed back, fully closed back. It is 32 ohms of impedance with 103 dB of sensitivity. These cups are CNC real walnut wood in this beautiful matte espresso finish. Again, the same finish that you see on the Noirs, as you can see there. The pads are the same of what you find on the Noirs, where you have these pretty fast moving memory foam PU leather ear pads, a spring steel headband, and a nice elastic adjusting protein leather comfort strap. But otherwise, it is essentially the exact same, and it does have the same tuning as the Noir, as the 99 Classic. It is the same headphone, but now packaged in a gamer / conference call headset sort of way. The Midnights are also very lightweight at around 260 grams, which is super impressive with all this metal construction and wood and all that. They're built remarkably well. It has that standard, beautiful design that Meze is known for, and it just feels robust. It feels very sturdy. You have a tiny bit of tilt, a little bit of swivel, just enough to probably suit your head. And they're just lovely. They're lovely to look at. They're a beautiful design. The 99 Classic has a classic design and is just a stunning build for a headphone like this. In terms of what you get with your Midnight, first and foremost, the most obvious thing you're going to get is this new, amazing Meze Audio boom microphone. Go ahead and detach it so we can get a better look at this thing. So yeah, this is what separates the Midnight with something like a 99 Classic or the 99 Noir, is this included microphone. This microphone is wonderful, built incredibly well. It is just a dual entry 3.5mm that also terminates at the end to 3.5mm, but it is a 4-pole, which means that you can connect this directly to a gaming console controller if you want to, like a PS5, Xbox, whatever, and you can use it as a single entry to do your left-right channels as well as the microphone. So, and it's got that little Meze logo right there. Looks beautiful. It's extremely well made. The cable is in typical Meze fashion made incredibly well. And then here's the splitter as well. The back has a little stamp of the Meze logo, and then the front has your mute on and off switch and a rotary volume dial as well. So you can adjust your volume and quickly mute your headset when you need to. The microphone itself is a condenser microphone with a omnipolar pattern. It is minus 44 plus or minus 3 dB of sensitivity. So a fairly low sensitivity microphone, especially compared to gaming microphones, typical gaming headset microphones, which are more around 13 dB. So it is low sensitivity, which just means you gotta maybe give it a little bit of extra gain. For example, in Windows, you gotta go into your sound settings and give the microphone just a little bit of extra gain volume. Similarly, when you're connecting this to a game console, I just had to up the volume on the microphone within the console itself to, again, just give this a little bit more gain, get it a little bit more to volume. But then once you do have it to volume, oh my gosh, does it sound amazing, as you're gonna see later in the video when we do a little test of the microphone here. Besides the microphone, you also get this included splitting adapter so that you can, rather than using the 4-pole connector of the microphone, you can actually split your connector to headphone and microphone. This is what you would use to connect the headset to your PC like I have been doing. And it's just a nice little splitter. Look at that. Little Meze logo there. Nice, simple machine, all metal connectors. And again, just clearly labeled both in color, red and green, for headphone and microphone. Nice little splitter there. You get, of course, your literature, which is pretty basic stuff, and a little bit of a frequency graph right there for your viewing pleasure. You get this little soft bag that inside contains an extra cable as well as a 1/4-inch adapter. And the extra cable here is just the standard Meze cable, the one that came with the original Noir and also comes with the 99 Classic. It's just a standard 3.5 millimeter right and left that still terminates to a 4-pole 3.5 millimeter at the end. That is because there is an inline microphone right here. A little hard to see. There it is. Yeah, there's a little inline microphone on the cable here if you feel like you really need that. So that's just an extra bonus cable that comes with the package. You get a nice little pleather carry case here to carry all your goodies. Just says Meze Audio right there on the front. It's just a nice, simple little pleather carry case. And to store all this, you get this very nice hard shell Meze Audio case that they include with their 99 Classic, 99 Noirs. Most Meze headphones come with a case like this. It's a lovely case. It looks nice. The badge is really nice. It's a hard shell case, very robust, very sturdy, and it just opens up like so to just a simple shell case. It's just nice. It's nice and soft inside, and you can plop your little cable bag in there, headphone in there. Boom, you're good to go. A nice accessory package, especially when we're talking about something that's, being kind of marketed as a gaming headphone. But again, gaming headphones, not the way to go. Regular headphone with a good microphone in a nice package. So comfort-wise for the 99 Midnight, again, it's just a 99 Noir. So it's going to have basically the same benefits of comfort for the 99 Noir because it is essentially the same thing. And it is a very comfortable headphone. It really is. Again, it's extremely light for all the metal construction and all the wood. And it is a very closed back headphone. I have great passive sound isolation with this thing. I can barely hear any of my fans. I have the AC units right on the other side of my wall right here, and it's running right now and I can barely hear it. Excellent. My voice is very muffled. All the fans in my room are basically silent to me. So very, very good passive isolation. The headband, again, is elastic, so there's no actual adjusting for height. It just, you put it on and it'll adjust kind of automatically with that elastic. So it forms to the top of my head perfectly well. There's no hot spots. I don't feel really any pressure on top of my head. So it fits me very, very well. And in terms of the ears, the pads are soft enough that they're not really hitting any kind of pressure points around my jawline or around the side of my ear. They're maybe just a little bit on the small side for my ears. I wish that the pads were just a little bit more space, because right now my ear is kind of touching just barely the back of the pad here, but otherwise it's an excellent fit. But that's really just being a little bit nitpicky. And then in terms of clamp force, there is some clamp force. That's what's contributing a lot to the passive sound isolation that I'm getting. But it's not like a brand new out of the box Sennheiser kind of clamp force. It's not super fatiguing, and the pads are soft enough and form-fitting enough that it really isn't so bad. In fact, over longer sessions of either listening or gaming or conference calling, I really just don't even notice it anymore. I stopped noticing the clamp force at all. So it's really not a problem. It's great. It's genuinely great. And just like with the Meze 99 Noirs, I'm going to score the Meze 99 Midnights with an 8 clouds of comfort. Extremely comfortable. The only thing that is keeping it from being a cloud 9 is 1, the size of the pads, and 2, just a little bit of that clamp force. If it was just a little bit lighter, it would probably be a 9, but otherwise exceptionally good comfort out of these. So now let's go ahead and hear what this microphone sounds like. I'm going to compare it right here against my studio microphone, my Shure SM57, which is a great little microphone. I've been using it for a long time. I'm going to go ahead now and switch it over to just the boom mic, and you can see for yourself how good this thing is. And here we go. This is what the Meze Boom Mic sounds like. I have not added any kind of filtering or sound profiles or EQ or anything to this. Nothing. The only thing I've done is kind of increase the gain a little bit in my Windows settings, because again, at minus 44 something dB, it is a lot less sensitive than something like a typical gaming headset. But otherwise, that's all I've done. And it sounds amazing. It sounds genuinely fantastic. It's extremely clear and very natural sounding, genuinely perfect for both gaming and conference calls. It's easily one of, if not the best sounding boom mic arm like this that I've ever heard. It sounds incredible. The only really caveat being at minus 44 something dB, it is a fairly low sensitivity microphone, especially compared to something like gaming headset microphones, which are more in like the minus 13 dB range, so a lot more sensitive. And this just means that the microphone needs a little extra gain, like I said before. So all I did is I go into Windows settings and I adjust the gain volume to give it a little bit more, or if I'm have this connected to a console controller like a PS5 controller or something like that, I just go into the console settings and give the microphone a little bit extra gain there. That's just to get it kind of better into volume, to the volume where you need it to be. But once you have that volume where you want it, it's amazing. It just, listen to it. It sounds genuinely fantastic. Now let's go ahead and talk sound performance for the 99 Midnight. First and foremost, this is the exact same tuning as the 99 Classic or 99 Noir. It is the same headphone, just with the included boom mic, which means it's a headphone that we've actually already reviewed. We've already reviewed the 99 Noir, but I just rewatched my review for the 99 Noir, and I'm surprised that we really didn't go that much into exactly the sound profile of this headphone. So I'm going to really quickly go over it here to give you a breakdown of what this actually sounds like. The Midnight, just like the Classic and the Noir, is an extremely warm, smooth, and relaxed sound. It has this really smooth and velvety texture all across the board. First and foremost, the bass extension of this thing is kind of bonkers. It's a lot. You get a ton of bass extension going well into the sub bass range. Some might say that the sub bass is actually too much, if you can believe that. But for me, it's just kind of a joy. I love how ridiculously deep and impactful this headphone can be. And I just think it's, especially for when we're marketing this as kind of like a gaming headset, man, it is, the sub bass is truly an absolute joy. The mid bass is extremely punchy and extremely impactful. It's super, super present. It's almost like waking up in the middle of a boxing ring and having your face pummeled with low frequencies. It's such a punchy, impactful, and aggressive amount of mid bass. It's really, really fun. And for having such outrageous bass, it actually does a very commendable job of not bleeding or blooming too much into your mid range. But that being said, it would be pretty silly of you to expect perfect clarity from these. That warmth comes into the mid range for sure. And the mid range is actually a little bit pushed back. It's not a very forward mid-range. I wouldn't call this a very mid-range focused headphone, but the mid-range is very nice. Again, very smooth and relaxed. It just feels like it's a little bit pushed back, almost as if it's shying a little bit behind the bass range. but it is overall forward enough to make itself heard. It's not the most clinical mid-range, but it is just really nicely warmed and relaxed, almost like it has this fresh, hot, syrupy texture to it that makes everything that you listen to, regardless of the actual recording quality of it, just sound really, really enjoyable. Vocals follow suit with having just this kind of real chillness to them that is particularly soothing for male vocals and calming for higher female vocals. And the vocals themselves, they sound a little bit more forward than the rest of the mid-range. They come out just a little bit more towards you, so you get a little more intimacy with vocals. But again, it's just overall just so relaxed and smooth and pleasing. Again, this is a very pleasing sounding headphone. The high mids are also very soothing and relaxed. I would maybe even say a little bit lazy. There is enough energy and texture in the high mids to satisfy my needs, but it's certainly not the speediest or most detailed high mids you're going to find. The treble is a little bit all over the place. Sometimes it feels really, really rolled off, while other times it can get some decent, nice peaks. But in particular, there's this wobble that's kind of happening in sort of the 4,000 to 5,000 kilohertz range, and then again near the 10,000 kilohertz range, where if you were to see this on the graph, you notice these big, deep valleys of weirdness, this wobbliness happening there at the top end, that makes it so that it's just a little inconsistent with its resolution, a little bit inconsistent with its, real sparkly, crispy details. Sometimes it's there, sometimes you get good amounts of detail in there, but other times it just feels a little too rolled off, a little too relaxed, a little too kind of pushed down and maybe away to the side. So again, not the most detailed amount of treble range, at least not all the time. It's just a little bit inconsistent, but otherwise a very easy to listen to treble range. Never gets fatiguing, never gets sibilant. It's just, again, relaxed, smooth, and enjoyable, if not maybe a little wobbly. The sound staging is great. It's a good medium amount sound stage. It's not a very huge sounding headphone, but it's certainly not a narrow sounding headphone. You get a nice sense of space and air from your soundstage, which is extremely immersive. And adding to that immersion is the excellent imaging. It's very omnidirectional and it's very precise. Listening to something like planes flying over your head and when you're gaming sounds super hyper realistic a lot of the time. And it's just extremely, very directional, very layered, and just offers this hyper realistic awareness and sense of immersion. The dynamics are very fun and punchy, and again, just really, really enjoyable, if not particularly speedy and snappy in the attacks. The 99s are a very well-respected, very well-appreciated audiophile headphone for a good reason. They sound really, really fun, and they make everything sound good. And it just kind of makes sense to turn it into a gaming headset. I think that this was a really smart move by Meze to go this route, because the Meze 99 Classic, Noir, or in this case the Midnight, are a very good musical sounding headphone that are great for listening to music, but because of their dynamics, their bass performance, and their sound staging and imaging, they also make for incredibly good gaming headphones. So just rebranding this and giving it their new incredible boom mic was such a smart idea, because now they have, once again, not a gaming headset, because the best gaming headsets are just regular freaking headphones with a microphone. Meze is doing that for you right here, and it's genuinely, I think, a really good idea, and it's absolutely a great deal. Now, if you already own a set of the Meze 99 Classics or the Noirs or whatever else, you can just go ahead and get the boom mic itself. It is sold separately, and it'll go ahead and connect to those no problem. In fact, the boom mic here will connect to any headphone that accepts a dual 3.5mm entry here. So if you want to have the same gaming headset that I have right here in my hands, just go ahead and buy the boom mic. But if you don't already own a set of 99s and you would really like to have a set of 99s, this is the best deal that I've seen for getting a Meze 99. If you can live without the original colorway of the Meze 99 Classic with the lighter wood and the kind of gold accents, and you like the look of this beautiful freaking matte espresso wood walnutness here, if you're cool with this colorway, this is a no-brainer. Absolutely a no-brainer. Right now, as of the launch of this video, they are doing a special Black Friday discount on the Meze 99 Midnights where you can get this whole package, the 99 Midnights, with their amazing boom arm for $199. So you are getting the Meze 99 Classic sound and the classic build and everything else, except for the colorway, for $100 less than the $300 Meze 99 Classic, with an incredible boom mic as well. So if you were ever in the market for a Meze 99 headphone, now's the time to do it, and this is the one to get. It's an incredible package. It's an incredible sounding headphone. The Meze 99s are great and wonderful and beloved for a very good reason. And the microphone on this thing, as you heard, is just phenomenal and no joke, way better than you're gonna get from a gaming headset. So yeah, this is a definite no-brainer and real serious recommendation from me if you really want a Meze 99. I mean, and just look at this thing. The Meze 99 Midnight is just about the classiest and bougiest that a gamer can ever really hope to get. It's incredible. I cannot recommend it enough. That's about it. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I'll see you again soon.